Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Russia and changes that are likely on the horizon and what they mean and what the likely and unlikely developments are that are coming out of this and what led up to this. Because there has been some news, some developments. Okay, so if you have missed it, over the last 2 weeks or so, we talked about the possibility of Putin, I believe we framed it as restructuring Wagner and removing some troublesome leadership. In completely unrelated news today, a plane went down. According to Russian officials, there were 10 people on the plane, to include the boss of Wagner and one of his high-ranking associates. This would be, if you follow this organization closely, the guy with the tattoos on his collarbone. Yeah, he was on the flight too, allegedly. There were reports of an explosion shortly before the plane started to go down. There is the idea that it was a surface-to-air device that took it down. I'm sure later we will find out that this is mechanical error of some kind. Okay, so the most likely scenario here is that it is exactly what it looks like. Putin is attempting to restructure Wagner. It is worth noting that a lot of times these deals that the oligarchs make with each other, that the upper echelons of Russian society make with each other, they kind of hinge on one person, in this case it would be the boss of Wagner, kind of disappearing and just not saying anything, getting out of the media's eye for quite some time. This is the reporting about Surovikin, General Surovikin, and what he was told, as he is reportedly held in an apartment where he's being detained, but he's in an apartment, he's treated well, he can even have visitors, that kind of thing. But the key part is that he shouldn't talk to the press and shouldn't get in the public eye. This is happening shortly after the boss of Wagner put out a video talking about how he was going to start making moves in Africa. Those things may have something to do with each other. Now, we have to entertain the unlikely as well because it's still plausible. This plane, it was the boss of Wagner's. It was his plane. It is not out of the realm of possibility that he wasn't on the flight. It's not out of the realm of possibility that this is him attempting to reinvent himself somewhere else where he can, eventually travel to Switzerland or the Caymans and, swim in his huge Scrooge McDuckian vault and be left alone. It seems unlikely, but it's within the realm of possibility. The most likely answer is that it is exactly what it looks like. A very coincidental, mechanical failure that just happens to benefit the head of state in an authoritarian country by taking out some of his rivals. Nothing to look into there, I'm sure. So I would imagine that Wagner is going to start to restructure and reform inside of Russia. It will probably assume its old role, ironically making moves in Africa again. Some of the troops, the Wagner troops that are in Belarus still, they have registered as an educational organization because they will be providing training. But that's just the general tone, and that's where everything is right now. I'm sure there will be more developments to follow. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.